part 5 of my story time, how I got scammed by my Nigerian husband. So, I get back home to the U.S. Before I left Nigeria, my husband at the time, brand new husband at the time, was saying to me in the airport that he's talking to me, we're going to both try harder to get our situations in order. Now, mind you, we're still in the height of the pandemic. It's in the 2020, and I get home, it's a new year, and I say to myself, he's absolutely right. Like, I need to get my stuff in order. At my big age, I should have more. Like, he started to mess with my head a little bit by telling me that, at my big age, I should have more. Like, I shouldn't have been like struggling, like, and this isn't this. And in my mind, because, the manipulation is real and the mind games are real, I was for real feeling like, dag, he's right, but I was comfortable, I didn't have a lot of money, but my children were happy. 2 of them were adults. I just had the one teenager that was, I think it was probably like her 10th or 11th grade year. Like, I'm at the end of the road, pretty much. I'm on my way to be an empty nester at this point. So, I didn't feel like I needed a whole lot more money or something like that. But in that perspective, I'm like, oh, he's kind of pushing me to do better for myself. So as soon as I got back to the U.S., I went and started applying, and I got a better work from home job where I was making almost twice what I was making with the job I was working at that point. Plus, I had little side gigs that I was doing and things of that nature as well. So I was balanced, and things were getting taken care of in my perspective. So, I was happy with that, but I felt like, okay, now I can do more because I got a better job. And I called him and I was all excited. Yeah, I got this new job. I'm about to be making this amount of money. Things are going to go better, blah, blah, blah. But then I noticed that his demands for things now that he felt like he needed were becoming a whole lot greater. I just moved into this new place and I need a duvet that's $60 and I need curtains and I need this and that. And I said, it's crazy to me because, red flag number 25,745. Now, because we're married, you feel a whole lot more entitled to more of my income. And again, I didn't speak on it, and I should have spoke on it because I know that African men like submissive women. And in that moment, I'm feeling like I'm from New York. I'm so mouthy. And, I'm dealing with people that I know that are telling me, well, I know you, and I know that you tend to be quite masculine in certain respects. And he was telling me that I tend to be quite masculine and I don't know how to be led by a man. And all of this stuff is hitting me in my head. And I'm believing that, I'm less than a woman because of the fact that I don't know how to be submissive. But then the key to submission is having someone that you can submit to. I think it was Joe Scott that said, you can't say nothing to me unless you could say something to me. And that's a righteous quote, because if you're not in that position to be able to command me, essentially, don't think that I'm going to drop 10 levels lower to be commanded. It just doesn't make sense. So anyways, get back home. The demands are a whole lot more, right? But again, I'm in it to win it, and I'm dealing with it. So I planned on going back to Nigeria in May. This is May of 2021. Now, since I had the better job, and at that point, I got more money coming in, I know what to expect when I get there, which is he's probably not going to have anything. So I need to make certain that I am on point financially. So when I go in May, I have quite a bit more money at that point because I'm paying my bills, but I'm saving every single dime I can save, and I'm still doing my little side hustles. So everything I'm making from the side hustles, I'm putting aside for the trip. I'm coming like I came the first time with a suitcase full of stuff for him that he couldn't get. And trust me, he would send a shopping list longer than my arm. And I'm 6'4", so my arms are probably about 3.5 feet, something like that. And I'm providing all of that. He want name brand this. He want this type of lotion, this type of underwear, these kind of sneakers, champion outfits. He want this kind of this. I'm getting it all because I'm just trying to make sure my man is dripped out and looking good. Because, he got this American wife now. So he's, in his mind, he's held to a higher standard because of that. So, yeah. So, anyways. Fly back to Nigeria in May. I am excited, even though during that time that we were apart, we were constantly battling about the most minute of things. At one point, I think a month after we got married, we were battling because he was drinking so much one day. And I told him, I'm just not a person that likes someone that drinks heavily like you do. First, he was telling me, oh, it's just celebratory, da, 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 da. But then I'm noticing a common denominator. I'm talking to you, you're drunk, and you're saying all kinds of wild stuff to me. And at that point, I'm still holding back my tongue. I'm not saying the things that I would normally say back. You'd say some crazy stuff to me. I start crying, don't talk to me like that. At one point, he was like, I don't even know why I got married you. I don't want to marry you and all this stuff. And I was just like, did you really just say that to me after all of the crap I went through to get out there to be with you? And then later on, of course, a couple hours later, I didn't mean that, and I'm sorry, I'm just frustrated because it's not fair that we're so far apart and blah, blah, blah. It was always the manipulation, you know what I mean? And I was definitely pulled in every single time. All right, so I'm going to stop here. I'm going to go to part 5 about what happened when I got to Nigeria in May.